Chapter 3. And the turkey goes to. The next day at recess, everyone was talking about the play. I can't wait to get our parts. My mom says that I should be the star of the show, said Chloe, tossing her strawberry blonde curls and smiling her best movie star smile. Of course she does, Jessie whispered in my ear. She says that I am the prettiest and the most talented girl in the whole class. I started to giggle. What's so funny, Freddie? Asked Chloe. Why are you laughing? I'll tell you why he's laughing, Max interrupted, because you're a ding dong. A ding dong. I am not, Chloe said, stamping her foot. You take that back right now, Max Sellers, or I'm going to tell Mrs. Whooshy. Max stamped his foot and imitated Chloe. I'm going to tell Mrs. Whooshy, he whined. We all started giggling. Ooh, stop that! Ooh, stop that! Stop copying me! Stop copying me! Oh, you make me so mad I'm going to. I couldn't wait to hear this. What could she possibly do to the biggest bully in the whole first grade? What are you going to do? Max snickered. Punch me? Chloe's face got redder and redder. It was almost the color of her hair. I thought steam was going to come out of her ears. In a huff, she turned and ran toward our teacher, calling, Mrs. Whooshy! Mrs. Whooshy! That girl is something else, said Robbie. Besides, said Jessie, I don't know what she was talking about. There is no star in this show, and Mrs. Whooshy is not giving us our parts. We're picking them out of a hat. Did you have to remind me? I groaned. What's your problem? My problem is I don't want to be the turkey. The turkey, said Robbie. What are you talking about? Susie did this play when she was in first grade, and last night she told me that someone in the class has to be the turkey. Ha 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 ha! Max laughed hysterically. Freddie is a turkey. Freddie is a turkey. Hey, I wouldn't be laughing like that if I were you, said Jessie. What if you have to be the turkey? Yeah, I said. That would be the perfect part for you because you're already a big turkey. Ha ha ha. Max walked over to me and got right in my face. I could feel his hot breath on my cheek. What did you say? Shark breath? I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Did I just call Max Sellers a turkey? What was I thinking? He could crush me with one hand. I said, Jessie stepped in between Max and me and poked her finger in Max's chest. He said, you were a turkey. Wow. Jessie was so brave. She always stood up to Max. He never pushed her around. Maybe someday I would be as brave as she was, but today was not that day. I took a few steps backwards. That was a close one, said Robbie. I know. What were you thinking calling Max Sellers a turkey? I don't know, I whispered. Just then the bell rang, signaling the end of recess, and we all lined up to go inside. Max, said Mrs. Wishy, were you copying Chloe? Well, yes, he did, Mrs. Wishy. Yes, he did, Chloe whined. Chloe, I am talking to Max right now. You need to be quiet. Said Chloe, putting her hands on her hips. Now, Max, it's a simple question. Did you copy Chloe? Yes or no? Yes, he said quietly. What was that? I didn't hear you. Yes. I have told you many times not to tease the other children. You will have a timeout, and when we go inside and pick our parts for the play, you will pick last. But that's not fair, Max protested. Oh, it's very fair, said Mrs. Bushy. And if you want to complain, then maybe you don't have to pick a part at all. Max stopped arguing and dragged himself inside. Even he knew he'd better be quiet if he wanted to be in the play. We all sat down on the rug, except for Max, who had to sit in the timeout chair. Okay, boys and girls, I know you have been waiting all day to pick your parts for the play, and now it's time. He squeezed my hand. Good luck. I squeezed back. Good luck to you, too. I hope you get the part you want. Here's how it's going to work, continued Mrs. Wishy. I have written the parts down on little pieces of paper and put them in this hat. When I come around, you will pick one and only one piece of paper out of the hat. The papers are folded, and I want you to keep them that way until everyone has had a chance to pick. When everyone has a piece of paper in his or her hand, then I will say 1, 2, 3, look. Then you may all look at your pieces of paper. Understand? We all nodded our heads. Any questions? May I pick first, Mrs. Wishy? Asked Chloe. No, I am going to go down the rows. John will pick first. As Mrs. Wishy got closer and closer to me, my heart was beating so fast I thought it was going to pop out of my chest. Okay, Freddie, it's your turn to pick. Come on, Indian, I whispered to myself. I felt all around the hat and picked a slip of paper that I hoped would be lucky. As Mrs. Wishy continued walking around to all the kids, I squeezed the little paper tightly in my hand and rubbed my lucky shark's tooth for good luck. And last but not least, said Mrs. Wishy, Max gets to pick. It's not really picking when there's only one left, he grumped. As I said before, said Mrs. Wishy, continued, you don't have to have a part at all. It's the silly old turkey. I just know it, said Max as he pulled the little piece of paper out of the hat. Did I skip anyone? Asked Mrs. Wishy. We all shook our heads. Okay, then. The big moment has arrived. After I count to 3, I will say look, and then you can all open your papers. Ready? 1, 2, 3, look. Closed my eyes and slowly unfolded the paper. When I opened my eyes, I thought I was going to throw up. There it was in big letters, TURKEY.